Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel. And, this will be the daily rant. My daily rant will focus on Windows 11 as we're getting close to 4 years of Windows 11 this year. It's incredible to think that we've already done so many years with this operating system that came out as a surprise suddenly out of the blue. And I think we look at things that we've talked about. We talked about the blue screen that's becoming a green screen of death, and we talked about changes that are coming that aren't necessarily what people want. But we would have thought that after 4 years, a lot of things that people don't like would have been fixed. One of them, which is probably the major problem for a lot of people, is the inconsistencies in how weird the Windows 11 operating system start menu is, and how it's very tough to adapt to anything. And it's going to have taken 4 years because in 25H2 we're supposed to have some better choices and better ways of having this start menu work. And it's going to take 4 years. Have taken 4 years for Microsoft to finally address this, and it's not maybe, although will be better, not totally addressed, we could say. There's quite a few things like that. Of course, there will never be, there was, the biggest thing that happened, actually the biggest problem, the biggest worry for a lot of people was the famous TPM chip, which turned out to be not so problematic in what makes people go to Windows 11 or not. It's much more a host of minimum requirements that prevent people from moving on with perfectly working PCs. And at first, the first year or two, the slow adoption rate, maybe we would have thought that all of this would have been fixed, that all of this would have been changed. In reality, what we see is that Microsoft holds on to that minimum requirement and will not back off, that's for sure. They want people to move on and buy a new PC. So there's a lot of these things. And of course, one of the biggest problems, I think, is what also scares a lot of people. We've had a host of little problems here and there on Windows 11. And yet, Windows 11 24H2 is going to stay up there in history as one of the most problematic Windows 11 versions, and one of the most problematic Windows versions in recent memory. So many blockers, so many things that had issues with people, so many problems still there that will eventually apparently be fixed. And this is where I think Microsoft is going with 25H2. We kind of learned that 25H2 is just an enablement package. What does that mean? That means that it'll be a small Windows update, and that the version number for that small update will actually be a small change once it's installed. When you were on 23H2, the Windows version here was different. The build number was a huge jump to 24H2. Now on 24H2 to 25H2, we expect this to be small, like move from 26100 to maybe 26200, for example. It'll be a very small increment. So is it due to the amount of problems that was on 24H2? I think it's good news anyways, because it means that next version of Windows this fall will be built over 24H2 basically, and should technically be better and have a lot of bug fixes in it. That's what we hope. So I don't know. It's a mixed bag with Windows 11. Some people like it. I'm not a hater of Windows 11. I just, kind of hate the fact that there's so many little things that they still haven't tweaked or changed or done with it to make it much better than it was at the beginning. And although there were some advancements and some changes, it kind of went all away and was thrown away with all the problems 24H2 was having, basically. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.